from Sticky Paws Studios in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's The Big O Show.
Stop. Boom. Give me a minute here.
Yeah. Say this is The Big O Show.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The Big O Show. Hi, welcome to The Big O Show, sponsored by Sticky Paws Studio in Las Vegas. For all your podcast needs, please follow us on Instagram. Today, I am so happy to have Nora Luna, a dear friend, a colleague of about 20 years here in Southern Nevada. She is now the director of the 4-H program at the University of Nevada Extension Group, or Extension...
Yeah, UNR Extension.
And
yeah,
UNR Extension in Las Vegas. So Nora, I've been trying to get you on the show for a big, long time since last year. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for sticking with me. I know there was a few times
you were
it didn't
so
work out.
busy. Okay, so the 4-H Club, I'll let you introduce it. But basically, you have a lot going on with the youth that you oversee, that the programs that you manage within. So tell us about the 4-H program and how it works and what it is.
I'd love to. Well, 4-H is a positive youth development program run out of every land grant institution in the country. So in Nevada, it's operated through the University of Nevada, Reno. We're here in Clark County. The majority of the funds come from Clark County, which is from, homeowners in Clark County. So this is a public program. The program is focused on teaching youth life skills, youth ages 5 to 18. And traditionally, it was set up to help youth in rural areas learn about best practices in farming, agriculture, livestock, but we are set up to help meet the needs of the community. So in the urban setting, while we do have we actually do have livestock clubs, and I can talk more about that in a minute, but in the urban area in Las Vegas, we work in the areas of STEM and agriculture, healthy living, and civic engagement, and we do that through a variety of ways. I mean, we have a lot of school enrichment programs where we go in during the school day and work with youth on different programs. We also have after school programs. So there's some schools where we have many clubs after school that kids attend. We also have actual clubs that are run by leaders, and those are volunteer parents that come together with their kids, and they meet, weekly, monthly, just depends. There's some requirements about what a chartered 4-H club is, but they meet and they work on different projects. It can be livestock. We have some groups that raise pigs.
Wow.
Yeah, chickens, rabbits. And then other clubs can be focused on STEM, robotics, anything like that. And camps, the other big thing.
That's
4-H
what I was
is,
going to tell you. But before that, before I lose my train of thought, what are the schools that you are in working with right now within the Clark County School District?
Sure. I mean, there's so many. I'm not going to be able to name them all in a different capacities.
Right,
but the main ones, for example, we have a big program at Valley High School. So we have the 21st Century Grant, which is through the Nevada Department of Education, which is federal funding. We have a full-time coordinator station there at Valley High School. They do things like we're actually starting a cooking club this month. But cooking, homework help, helping with ACT exams, college readiness programs, ukulele, podcasting. They have a podcasting club. So that's Valley High School. We're in 4 middle schools where we're also doing something similar after school clubs, but that's Cadwallader Middle School, Brindley, Orr and Garrett. Actually,
Okay.
I think Orr we're not in there anymore, but and Garrett. And we are looking at some other middle schools, and then elementary schools: Loman, Manch, MLK,
So you're pretty much covering the entire Clark County or Las Vegas
well,
area.
I wouldn't say that either because that's so big. I mean,
Right,
those
but
schools
within the schools you have, those pocket of populations have enough students that can, and later on the podcast we'll have the address and the information where parents, if they're interested, can go ahead and ask and see how and their kids can register for those programs.
Sure,
You
yeah.
know? Now, the other thing is, tell me about these camps, because you went out in the wilderness in a tent and the whole bit, right?
Well, not tents. We have, well, first of all,
Cabins?
so 4-H, we have a camp in Lake Tahoe that we've had for many, many years. Beautiful camp. It's right on the lake, just gorgeous. And so usually we would take kids there about once a year and do a 1-week camp. It's really, really far. I mean, it's a 13-hour drive on the bus, and that's just for Las Vegas. We have kids coming from, Pahrump and Laughlin, so that adds, 2-3 hours there. So we were so happy that last year Commissioner Kirkpatrick was able to, negotiate and help facilitate the purchase of a camp in Alamo. So that's only 2 hours away. So the Alamo, the camp is there. We run it. We've been taking kids there. We held 2 1-week camps last year, one for preteens, one for teenagers, and so they got to do traditional camp stuff. I mean, it was fun, and it was
Campfire, roasting marshmallows.
we did the s'mores, exactly. We did some scavenger hunts. We did some like games that the kids played, and they had teams and things like that. We're not able to swim right now. There is a pond there. They did, and there can be fishing, and so we're getting all that ready. This year, we have now a rock climbing wall. We're going to have rope
wow.
courses, those kinds of things.
That is awesome.
But yeah, we had a great time, and just the best part is that it's only 2 hours away. So I've heard a few people say like 2 hours, that's crazy. Well, not when
It's
you
not.
think about when we had to
13
drive
and
15 hours
15.
so we are very happy that is just a 2-hour drive, and we can be out there in this beautiful location. It has a beautiful building, and so there's rooms. I mean, they really are not just cabins, they are really hotel rooms. We're building more because currently with that capacity, I'm not going to remember, but it's kind of small. I want to say 50 kids, if it's 4 kids per room. Which is great still,
Yes.
but we want to bring more. So we are building kind of some temporary outdoor type facilities out there where we can bring more kids out there.
That is
And so
awesome.
it's really beautiful. Yeah.
I grew up in Miami, and I grew up in Dade County, and I'll never forget it, the YMCA on 17th Avenue, Northwest 28th Street. I started there little because my mom would put me in that community program because it was like basically almost like 7 blocks away from where we lived. So my mom would get on the bus and we'd hit. But every year as I got older, I moved up, and I actually got to be a camp counselor. So at that
Nice.
level, we actually went to Okeechobee.
Nice.
And took some kids camping and stuff, but mosquitoes galore because of course, and I'm like, no, the outdoor is, I love camping in the sense that go out there with a nice trailer, enjoy it, and then head back to the hotel and park the trailer. But that is an amazing experience, and I applaud you for it.
Thank
because
you.
it takes a lot of work, effort, coordination, collaboration.
Exactly.
And teamwork.
Yes.
So I applaud you for that leadership, that you have been able to continue that program. Now, besides the youth program, tell us a little bit more about UNR. I know for a fact that you have a women's entrepreneur that you kind of oversee or kind of get
Yes.
involved with. Please tell us about that.
Well, Odie, that's not my program. I'm just over 4-H. I can tell you some of the basics. I mean, UNR Extension, we're tasked with helping meet the needs of the community. So we have a health and nutrition department, and they work with adults and youth in different areas around health and nutrition. Our horticulture, we have the master gardeners, where people come and are trained on all kinds of things related to gardening in Nevada, and we have a call line. And regarding the program that you just mentioned, another one of our departments at UNR is they work with small businesses, and they meet monthly to help women who are entrepreneurs and give them basic information about setting up businesses and licenses and insurance and all those things. I'm not thoroughly familiar with that, so that's why I looked at you like,
no worries. But what I really wanted to get out there is, besides the 4-H and the wonderful youth programs that UNR has here, you also offer a lot of other services to the
Yes,
community.
for adults, for economic development and all of that. So if you go to our website, unrextension.edu, you can see all that. Also, when I give my information, I'm free. I'm very happy to connect people with the different resources and the different programs that
Definitely. We have so many entrepreneurs here in Las Vegas, especially, like the millennials and the Gen Z generation that are really all about communication and podcast and all that sort of thing. I'm learning as I go along because I'm not a podcast expert. But the STEM portion of it, on the youth component, what does that look like at UNR?
Sure. We've had, obviously the STEM is an important area for our community, for the nation, for everything. It depends on the ages, but for example, one program that I'll highlight is a program that we've been working with the Safe Key sites in the Commission District B. So we've trained the Safe Key staff on implementing a robotics curriculum with their youth. So we've bought robotics kits focused for elementary aged kids where they build something every week, and then as the weeks go on, the project advances. So they're learning the basic skills of robotics and working on that. And so we trained the Safe Key staff on that. They have the robotics kits in the curriculum, and one day a week is focused on that robotics curriculum. And then we'll go in and support them either with if they're having issues, or helping the kids with building their projects. And then by the end of the 12 weeks, they've advanced to having a more complex robotics thing that they've built.
Those Legos in my days, you just kind of connected them and that was it, right? My grandson, is amazing. And Chloe too, my granddaughter, you give them whatever those sets that you buy, that's a car, whatever it may be. And they have it done within at the most 20 minutes. We're done, Grandma. Where's the other one?
Yes, they have great skills in
Amazing.
that, right?
It's analytical skills is what I call it.
It's a lot. And so that's our thing. We really try to focus not on the actual project because the kid, if he's in third grade building that little robot, that skill, when they're grown up, that's going to be obsolete. So we really try to focus on those soft skills. They're problem solving, they're analyzing, they're working in teamwork. They have to communicate because they're working in groups together to do that. And we're trying to help build those soft skills that they'll need to be successful in school and life and in career. Obviously, the foundation of those robotics is important, but for us, what's more important is that they're learning these other soft skills, like you said.
Those transferable skills, because that analytical problem solving, team building, communication will move them on into their middle schools when they have a project to work on, and so forth and so on. Carries them through college.
Right. And in the area of positive youth development, what's important is that they're being exposed to new things, so that maybe they haven't done robotics before, so it's something that sparks their interest, getting them excited about that, helping them develop a growth mindset. Okay, you don't know how to do this, it's okay to make mistakes, you might fail, you're not going to get it right, and so that they're not afraid to try. So we really try to focus on it's okay, it might take you a few times. That's part of the process. That's how you learn. You're not going to get it right the very first time. And so that they're not scared to try new things, but helping them have that growth mindset.
It's funny you say that because that happens to adults. As adults, we're afraid to try new things. We don't take that plunge. So to encourage that young mind to say, it's okay, because keep trying, you're going to get it. And once you get that, you move on to the next one and you just keep trying. That persistent tenacity of not giving up.
Right.
It's so important.
Because a lot of kids want to be perfectionists, and they are also afraid to try new things because they don't want to make a mistake. And we try to teach them those skills, that it's okay. That's how you learn new things, is by trying new things and messing up.
Well, education has changed from when I grew up, in the sense that leadership skills were not even thought of unless you got into high school and got into student council, and maybe you got just a whiff of what it is to be a leader or a good leader. because like I tell everyone can be a leader. You can scare me to death and I'll lead you, you know? But a good leader, if there is a, let's just say a war going on in that hill, a good leader will say, hey, and when he turns around, his people are already there because they believe in that vision. And so that is a beautiful thing to encourage our young people to say, it's okay.
Right.
Keep going, because that makes good leaders, knowing that you made a mistake and you didn't do it right. So that is awesome.
And that's another part of 4-H is the clubs. They're all should be youth led. And so they actually do learn leadership skills by they elect officers, they have meetings, they learn Robert's Rules of Order and how to run meeting, how to set agendas. And those are all learning leadership skills is all part of a 4-H as well.
Exactly. No. And not only that, it leads them right into business and leads them into career explorations, because now they can take a look at saying, oh, I can do that. That's science or whatever the case may be. Horticulture is a perfect example. We need farmers. We need people to be able to grow our food so we can be able to keep feeding our country.
Yes.
So when people say, oh, farming, no, it's not farming, it's horticulture, because now you're learning how.
And agriculture and
exactly.
and even elected officials, people that want to be in leadership role in
the rural
civic,
counties
in civic areas. And so some of our kids are in 4-H and they're interested in going into politics and helping with legislation and
that is
advocate
wonderful.
for things. It's pretty much whatever a kid wants to do or is interested in. I feel like we have room for that and space for that in 4-H.
I have a goddaughter. She's going to kill me, but Akira. So Akira works now for the Democratic Party. Mm-hmm. Akira's been interested in politics, I think, since she was like, 6, 7 years old. And Teody, what's going on? And her mom, Shakira, is one of my dearest friends. So I like the fact that we're introducing young people to politics, because we need that. Mm-hmm. They need to be aware, whether you're a Republican, Democrat, independent, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Get involved. Know what's going on in your city, because that's your future.
Right. Civic engagement is so important. And again, that's the third pillar of 4-H is civic engagement. So like with our teen council, we ask them to figure out what is it that they see in the community that needs to be resolved. Is there a problem? Is there an issue? And then they can figure out how to solve that, or volunteer, helping volunteer in the community to address some of our problems and issues to help improve our community. Like they need to be a part of the solution or help drive the solution. Often they have ideas and
sometimes, you learn from these young people. They see life a little different than I do and you do, because our generation, and I'm much older than you, so even you and I have a gap. But so they have an even bigger gap with me, So sometimes I hear what they say. I understand what they're saying, but I'm like, trying to learn a new app or trying to figure out, like my daughter goes, Mom, get on Canvas and this, that, and And again, it's one of those things that you have to take the plunge and learn. So it's awesome that they go out there and, help the community. Now, let me, for most people that don't know, the University of Nevada, Reno is located in Reno, Nevada. It's a beautiful, beautiful campus. It's our oldest institution, I believe, in Nevada. Mm-hmm. And then UNLV started off as a college and then became a university, just like our College of Nevada
State University.
Yeah. Exactly. My daughter graduated from UNR. I don't know if you knew that, but she graduated from there, and I was lucky enough to visit her many a times and visit the campus. They have a great medical program. They had a medical program before we even started here in Las Vegas at UNLV. So UNR has great programs in communication, business. So I tell people always, UNLV, go Rebels, but it's the closest thing of being away from home, but being close to home.
Exactly. And you get in-state tuition And yeah, like you said, it is a beautiful campus. I worked at UNR in Reno before. I loved it, and yeah, we have lots of degrees, and it's we're a very good research
High tier
institution.
research
Yes.
and university, I believe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and we so being that UNR runs the extension offices, we have offices throughout every county in Nevada. The Clark County office is, I'm sure it's the biggest office that in the state in terms of extension, but we're located on Windmill and 215 as our main campus. We have office in Laughlin. We have an office in East Clark County, which is in Logandale. We have a couple campuses in North Las Vegas and one on MLK. And so those are like smaller satellite offices where we do programming. We have an office in Pahrump that is part of the Southern Nevada Extension. So wherever you are in Southern Nevada, we have offices there that can help serve the community needs.
Awesome. Nora, thank you for coming on the Big O Show. I appreciate you as always. I'm always here to help you with anything. And just if you have any news that you need to get out, like when the camp is coming, please let us know.
Okay.
So we can make sure that we put the word out to our community members. And again, for any information, anything you want to know about the 4-H Club, please contact www.unr.edu.
Or, feel free to call me. My number is 702-940-5420.
Even better. You heard it. Thank you so much today for being on the podcast. We appreciate you. Again, for all your podcast needs, follow us at Sticky Paws
Studios.
Thank you.